Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Love Island Daily here on WeKnowDatingShows.com. Today, we're here to talk about Love Island USA Season 8, Episode 6. We are really getting into it, and I, of course, am Kirsten MacInnis, but today I am joined by a very special guest, my wonderful co-host for all things Temptation Island. You know her from the Big Brother recaps. You know her from social media. She's the best. It's Maggie Morgan. Maggie, how are you?
Hi, Kirsten. I'm so excited that I was invited here by, as Rob said, the HBIC, the head bitch in charge. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me. I've just been loving all of your Love Island content. It's so amazing. I'm so proud of you, and this is so awesome.
You're gonna make me cry. You can't. But yes, we're doing all new things on the Love Island season, and with these dailies, I do have a crew of sorts, like the Avengers, that are watching this show and are willing to come on at 10:15 at night to talk to me about this nonsense. So I am so excited that you're here, and I'm really excited to talk about this episode because I feel like this episode started extremely slow and boring and ended so great. What did you think?
Completely agree. When we were like 20 minutes and they were still in their bikinis, like they talked so long during the day. And I was like, enough of this. Enough. Like that part of the episode I felt could have been an email, you know?
And perhaps should have been, but that's okay. It still happened. Before we get into it, I just wanted to get your thoughts, Maggie, on the season as a whole, how you've been feeling about it. Do you have any particular favorites?
Totally. I mean, okay, I'm going to be so honest. The thing that I really like about Love Island, like it's appointment television for me and my roommates. We got into it last year, and like tonight we watched the episode all together, and they all went to bed, and I was like, I'm going to go do a podcast about it. But I love that with Love Island, I can kind of just like watch the show, you know, like I don't really need to like, when I watch a show like Big Brother or even The Amazing Race or Survivor, I'm like, they should be doing this, they should be doing that, blah, blah, blah. But it's also arbitrary because these are their feelings. Like they don't have to do anything. And also there's this sort of like basic understanding that these people are like, you know, it was called the Hot Dummies on Islands feed for a reason. You know, like these aren't people that I'm trying to get, look to be my role models in the world. These are just people that I'm watching go on Love Island and have a good time. So I get to sit back and enjoy the show. And that's really how I'm feeling, like loving everything Kenzie's bringing. She is so silly. And like she literally, when she's doing all of the gasps and stuff and her reaction, she sounds like a little girl. It's so funny. Loving Melanie. We, the first couple of episodes, Lincoln and I were like, oh, there's no Huda, how depressing. And we're like, maybe we're seeing the makings of something of the sort.
No one is at the Huda level. And
no,
thank God.
Of course not. Yeah. I literally said to them before I went in here, I was like, was it irresponsible to put Huda on television? Definitely. Am I complaining? No. And like, that's my feeling about Love Island. Like catch me in any other space and I'm going to be like an upstanding citizen, like talking about what is right and wrong. But like, I'm sorry. I watched the first 4 episodes and was expected to just be okay with the fact that these men do not know these women at all and are immediately choking them upon arrival and making out. Like I have to turn off a portion of my brain in order to watch the show. You know what I mean?
It's that Gen Z porn brain. They be choking.
Like, what? Like, I don't even know your name. Like, whatever happened to hello, how are you? Yes. My name is.
What happened to hello? You are so correct on that. Okay. First things first. They did show like the briefest aftermath of after Sean left on Sunday night. And truly, it was so, I feel like yesterday they tried to make us think everyone was so upset Sean was gone. And then I really feel like they didn't seem that upset tonight. And then Ian Sterling's voiceover was like, on the bright side, now that the cop's gone, everyone can jaywalk and play music after 10 p.m. What are we doing here?
The way that I felt about Sean leaving is like that hamster watch tweet every single year for the first boot of Big Brother, where they say, "Goodbye, Sean. We hardly knew ye," and that's how I feel about Sean. We hardly knew ye. Good luck. Sorry about the mayor totally doxing you online.
Yeah, see you on TikTok live in approximately 6 hours. It's gonna be fine.
Exactly.
Okay, so out of these couples, who are you most interested in starting with?
Let's start with Casey and Aniya.
Okay. Yes, so where we left off with Casey and Aniya is they had a very sweet recoupling. They had that amazing conversation last night, and now they're together. And he's like, oh, I didn't want to get too confident, like, but anyone new coming in would have to do some crazy shit to top what we have. Like, things are getting deep. Casey says real feelings are creeping in and they're hugging. It's very sweet. Do you believe in Casey and Aniya?
I mean, look, where they ended up, I'm not sure. Going into next week, it looked spicy, but I like them. I think that they like are the most normal. Oh, excuse me. You guys have to forgive me. It's 10:15 where I am. It's pretty late.
Yeah, sorry. It's past Maggie's bedtime.
It is. So sorry. That was so rude to yawn to you and everybody. But I think they seem like the most normal. Like I would want to hang out with them maybe and go out. Like they're like goofy with each other, which I think is really fun. Like the beginning stages of any healthy relationship I've ever been in have been like sweet and goofy rather than like hot and heavy, you know? So I think that like they're like really, you know, Bryce and Trinity talk a lot about foundation, but like I feel like Casey and Aniya have like a real foundation.
Yeah, 100%. I think that you're totally dead right about that. And Casey, Aniya also talks to Sincere about how she feels confident with Casey. And we finally got like a real conversation, like a relationship conversation from Casey and Aniya, where they talk about their past relationships. He says he's only had one real girlfriend, but he's dated around and he just likes independent, outgoing, funny people that are like a little weird. And his one relationship was 3 years long. And we find out Aniya has only had 2 relationships, one that was a few months and one that was years long, but on and off. And like, I think this is normal. I feel like people keep saying like, oh, I've only had 1 or 2 relationships. It's like, I think actually a lot of people don't have that many like boyfriends or girlfriends.
Especially 24-year-olds. Yeah. Like, yeah, that sounds right. 1 or 2 boyfriends, like 1 in high school, 1 in college. Yeah, that sounds right. And now you're 24, 23.
I was trying to think about this today and I've only had 2 boyfriends, like actual boyfriend.
Yeah, I've only had one guy that I let call me his girlfriend. I've had it's arguable whether or not I had other boyfriends, but like, yeah.
I don't know. They feel like they just make such a big deal about it. That's like last year Ace saying he had never been in a relationship, but we find out he had told 5 girls he loved them. So like,
yeah,
that's not mathing.
What you're talking about, like the Gen Z part of it, that's like Gen Z situationship stuff, you know?
Yes, 100%.
I say after I admitted what I just admitted about people calling themselves my boyfriend. Anyways.
Oh, whatever. You're fine. Anyone who dates men knows that sometimes that shit gets weird and they might not necessarily claim a relationship even when it was. I know many people with lots of stories about that. Totally. So he talks about how he's like an overthinker and he always does the safe thing, but he really wants to take a leap of faith. He thinks Atlanta seems like a great place to move to. She's encouraging him to spread his wings. Like, it just seems very sweet, but that's really everything we get from them before the challenge.
Yeah, and I think that that's like basically all we've gotten from them so far in these first 6 episodes is like their relationship seems very sweet.
Yeah, and this was more than we've gotten from them, I think, in all of the episodes. And I think that they only gave us that because they were like, we want to build this up so that the
Mm-hmm.
challenge stuff will hit that much harder when you're watching it. Because the producers know what they're doing.
Totally. But also, like, what was he supposed to do in the challenge? He was tied up.
Well, yeah, it's a challenge. So let's move to Trinity and Bryce because
Sure.
I'm low-key kind of obsessed with Trinity and Bryce. Like, do I believe that they care about each other in a relationship sense at all? No, absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
But I am just so obsessed with all the little conversations we see from them because it's so weird. Like the first conversation we see from them tonight is like she's talking about how she's sad Sean is gone because she found him attractive, and Bryce is just like, but he wasn't like your boy, right? Like, what are you talking about? You're 30.
And then she was like filing his nails.
Yeah.
And asking what her favorite color was, and he was like pink, and she was like, "What kind of pink?" And he was like, "Hot pink," and she was like, "Literally the opposite."
No,
like,
she said, "Wrong, bitch." I was cracking up because I'm like, first of all, why is she filing his nails? And also just the wrong bitch took me out.
They are
all the way out.
So only friends. But this is the thing. I do think they like each other. Like, I think that they like each other genuinely as people. Like, I think they enjoy being around each other. But I don't think that there is like any sort of love connection here. Although maybe not. They're telling us that maybe there is. I don't know. I feel like if there's anyone, I don't think this couple survives Casa Amor.
Do they even make it to Casa Amor is the question, right? We will leave that to be seen. But actually, there was one other thing I wanted to bring up about Trinity. So, like, right before Trinity is filing Bryce's nails, she grabs him and he's with KC sitting on the ground. And she grabs Bryce to take him to go file his nails. And then as she walks past KC, she just, like, jokingly starts lightly punching him in the stomach, like, 15 times.
No,
that's like chapter.
That's brother sister behavior.
Yes, 100%.
If you don't have a brother, sometimes you just like punch them really close, like you're going to fight them. Sometimes in the stomach, sometimes right in the face, depending. That's like very brother sistery to me.
Well, I don't have any brothers, so I do need you as the sister of brothers correspondent for that stuff.
That's something that me and my brothers do to each other all the time. Like you like
it made me laugh so hard because it just came out of nowhere. I think she's so funny. I need to keep her
hilarious.
Around.
She's hilarious, genuinely. Yes,
100%. And then that's really all we got from them was the manicure and talking about missing Sean. Okay, how about then we could do Kayda and Zach. That's another quick one because we didn't get that much.
Totally. The only thing that I want to say is I love Kayda. Kayda really is that girl. She is cool. She is gorgeous. She is funny. She is feisty. Like, she is perfect casting for a show like this, in my opinion. Like, she loving everything she's giving us.
And my favorite thing, so like I had actually mentioned on the pod with Scally that she was getting like bully allegations, and I was like, I haven't seen any of the videos. I don't know what's going on, but every fact I've learned since then is basically like, girls were being racist to Kayda, and she stood on business and defended herself against them. I mean, everything alleged, obviously, I don't actually know, but like, I saw that video of her smacking that girl, and it did look like that girl should have been smacked in that moment, but it was on mute, so we didn't get the quote of what was actually said, but we have pretty good suspicions.
I didn't see that video, and I don't know anything that you're talking about, but I do know that what I also like about her is she's just very real. Like, she, even when like she like kind of was being shady to Melanie in the challenge, and Melanie was like, "What was that about?" And she's like, "Well, you did it first. I had to get my lick back." And then like, I thought Melanie like respected it immediately because she wasn't like, "Oh, well, you know," she was like, "Yeah, this is what I did this." But I just think she's cool as hell. Like, she's just cool. in my opinion.
She is 100%.
She is way too cool for Zach, who I do find to be deeply attractive. However, the shaving of the legs, somebody has to explain what that's about to me. I don't understand it. Somebody explain it. I'm open.
He likes to be smooth.
That's what he said. He likes to be aerodynamic. But what does that mean to me?
I mean, Maggie, have you never shaved your legs and then felt like they feel so smooth in the bed and it just feels so good? He likes that feeling.
Okay. All right. I feel as though we really glazed over that fact, though, on the show.
Yeah, I listen. I will never forget, and it came up in the challenge as well. So we will get to it. Kayda's like, "Hi, my little nerd." Like, okay, yeah, you're in love, I guess. But you know, he would have been upset if Corbin had taken her. She said she would have cried all night because she feels really good about Zach. He makes her feel safe and confident. They just have like very strange conversations. Like,
he is obsessed with her. He's obsessed with her, and she will drop him like a hot potato, I feel, if the time is right. I do think she likes him, but I don't know that this is like a love connection. You know what I mean?
When the conversation is like, oh, how do you say watermelon in Greek? And like, there's just no depth there. And then when she gets up to leave, she's like, come on, follow me. As if like, oh, he's literally a dog on a leash. And he's like, I can't. Like,
I know.
I have to adjust.
He's obsessed with her. Yeah.
He's literally obsessed. I will say, I don't care about Kayda's opinions on food anymore, because she said she didn't think pineapple would go with pizza sauce and she dipped her apple into ketchup. So
totally. I saw a TikTok that said like Kayda is so bad that she dipped an apple into ketchup and nobody's talking about that. Like, everybody's talking about like she is that girl, you know? She's
real HBIC. You know?
Totally.
That's how it is.
No, it's you. It's always been you, Kirsten.
No. I'm the like, Kayda would come up to me and be like, hi, my little nerd. I'd be like, okay, hi. Bea and Gabe had a little bit as well, which I thought was really nice, where, you know, Gabe is asking what Bea expects from a guy. Like, it is 7 days in, but okay, you know what? At least we're finally having a conversation. And, you know, she wants a gentleman, someone to open the door, pull her chair out if she's cold.
Totally.
With his jacket.
I would definitely consider Gabriel to be a gentleman in the way that he rides around on top of all of the women and grabs them by their face and squeezes their cheeks when he makes out with them. That's definitely gentlemanly, in my opinion.
It's, you know, he's never been with a buccal fat baddie, Maggie, the way he's grabbing their faces.
Period, Kirsten. That is funny. That is funny.
She mentions like she would like to have deeper conversations, and he does mention that communicating in English is a little bit harder for him. He feels like he can speak more from the heart when he speaks in his first language. She immediately switches to Spanish and says, oh, do you want to speak in Spanish instead? And he's like, yes, that's so much better because it's closer to Portuguese. And so I did love them seeing that. We find out, I believe, that both of their parents are still together. And, you know,
Bea likes, okay, this was confusing because Bea had like a whole thing about Gabe hooking up with a 52-year-old.
Oh, yes.
And then we find out that she's been with a guy 20 years older than her, and she's like, what, maybe 25? So that means he would have been in his 40s, like 45, mid 40s. That's like not that much younger than 52.
It's right there. And then this is what got me, though, because then Gabe says that his Max was 18 years older than him, but he is not 18 years younger than 51. So I'm like, oh, is this only for relationships?
I would assume that that's what he meant. Yeah, to like date.
Yeah, I do think it's like, look at these two younger, like sugar baby situation, but they found each other. And he's 1 year older than her, and just like her last ex. So it's the perfect age gap.
I'm interested to see what happens here. Like,
yeah, I think that Gabe feels extremely comfortable with Bea because they do both come from like the Latino background, and so they do have that kind of connection and inherent understanding that I think Gabe is finding that he really likes and values. But at the same time, I personally feel like Gabe does not care who the woman with him is, as long as she'll make out with him, is what I'm thinking. So I could see things going bad for Bea moving forward, unfortunately, because I really like
for her.
I like Bea a lot, and I was talking to a friend about this today. Bea needs to be on the challenge like yesterday. She has the perfect personality. Like, she's not afraid to get in confrontations. She's so fit. Like, she's way more fit than the regular recruits that they would get from Love Island would be. So I feel like she could actually be super successful.
Totally. Great choice.
Yeah. That's what we need. We do have, who have we not talked about?
We haven't talked about Kenzie and Corbin or Sincere and Melanie.
Okay, who do you want to do first?
Let's do Kenzie and Corbin.
Perfect. I love this. I love that we're both obsessed. Like, Kenzie in her intro video, I was like, she brings the wildest energy, and I wonder if she'll actually bring it into the villa. And she does. She brings it into the villa every day, and I love her for it. She's with Corbin after the recoupling. Like, we're fucking coupled up. They get to sleep in the bed together. He says the power was in my hands, but the decision was easy. Then they shift to talking about how big his hands are, that this is her first time with someone younger. He calls her a cougar. He says cougar in the house. And she's like, you could tell she hates that. She does not want to be called a cougar.
Also, like, what is always so funny to me about Kenzie is she's just like so blunt, and she'll like say it. There is no art of subtlety with her. When she was like, last night, like, when you touched my butt, I was like, Kenzie, stop. Stop. Like, you can leave things unsaid, but that's why she's perfect television.
No, she does not have inside thoughts. She has only outside thoughts, and I love it. She goes into the, like, when they're getting ready, she's like, I got a guy with muscles. I got a guy who's tall. I got a guy with big hands. And you know what that means. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Totally. Love her.
Yeah, and I think, like, based on her reaction to the male bombshell, like, I think she's really just been waiting for someone who's her type to come along. And so I think that we could see like a different side of her when there's someone that she's actually like super attracted to.
I can't wait to see it. Also, the guy, the bombshell, like, not to get ahead of ourselves, but like, he said hi Kenzie to her specifically. Like, he knew her name. So
I do think it's very funny. The bombshell is even younger than Corbin, so she'll be an extra cougar by one more year. He's only 21.
And what is there to say about Corbin? Absolutely nothing.
He's, you know, he talks a lot, but he doesn't say anything.
Not lighting the world on fire with personality, you know?
Well, he's a baby. He's
totally.
He's a baby.
I'm not. I heard Rob on the podcast today be like, the women are carrying the season personality wise. Yeah. And hard agree.
And that is the typical Love Island viewing experience. Let's be so clear. Like, that is the proper way to watch the show. Kenzie and Corbin do have one more conversation, and this is where I would like to posit my theory. If I had a tinfoil hat, I would put it on.
Okay.
Could Corbin be a production plant? Because why is he immediately asking, like, oh, what if you were blindfolded and you had to find your partner in bed? I have fantasies I want to explore, like handcuffs. Those are both, that's the challenge. That's the challenge they did tonight. Did he get another advanced test?
Right.
Is he a production plant? Also, this is when you can tell someone is 22, when he's like, blindfolds and handcuffs, kinky shit. It's like, okay, yeah. Please.
Like, that's what you think of. Okay, sure.
Kenzie's response to this is, I like doing 69. And he is so shocked. He is like, oh, I've never done that before. And she is then shocked. She's like, oh, what? You've never done that?
This is what I mean. This is what I mean when I say I just watch this show. I just sit and watch.
We just sit and watch. The best part though is that like we don't know when the confessionals are filmed, but directly after this conversation, Corbin has a confessional. He's like, I just really like Kenzie. I feel like I could just open up to her. She has such an amazing vibe. And I'm like, is it the vibe that she might do 69 with you? Like, what's your problem, buddy?
Oh my God. It's also like he was so scandalized by 69 and like was talking about handcuffs. Yeah, exactly.
Literally.
Exactly,
the
Brianna.
way 69 is crazier than blindfolds and handcuffs. Like
what? This is what I'm saying. These men think like violence with their intimacy is like normal. Yeah, I just can't with it. It's really tough for me sometimes.
Porn rot brain. It's really sad. I try not to think about it too much because it is extremely troubling.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so then we have Melanie and Sincere.
So love them. Yes. Love this hot mess. If you guys vote, listen to me. Hey, listen up. Listen up. Okay. Do not vote out Melanie and Sincere. Please know what's good for you, people who watch Love Island. They will keep us entertained all season long. Come on. Keep Melanie and Sincere in the villa.
I would love Maggie. Like, I know that you're a very busy person. You don't have time for these big, like, binge watches, but I would love actually for you to watch Love Island USA season 5 because there's a couple with an extremely messy vibe. Not the same as Melanie and Sincere, but the messiness was so fun and they were together all season. And then when they dated on the outside, it would be like Reddit posts every day. They blocked each other again. They're following each other again. They blocked each other again. Oh, they're on live together. Oh, they broke up. It was wild. It was so wild.
So Melanie, look, we're on the internet. I don't want to just like say anything negative about anybody. This is probably a very stressful environment, but she is the absolute. Yes, completely agree with you, Michael Horn. We must keep Melanie and Sincere in the villa. Yes. Melanie is like the prime example of like, I'm allowed to do whatever I want to you, but you aren't allowed to do a singular thing to me that I could find even remotely offensive.
Yes, I was saying the other day, I want Melanie to get into a serious relationship and then take that person to Temptation Island so bad.
Yeah, and I also want, that's why Casa Amor is going to be crazy.
Yes, exactly. Like when she said, okay, you cheat, I cheat, we're cheaters now. I was like, yes, and please.
I literally, listening to the podcast when you said that, I said, Love Island, or not Love Island, Temptation Island works.
Yes.
It
literally works.
No, she is so insane on this show. I don't want to say insane in real life. I don't know, but on this show, she is acting wild.
I also love though, because it's like Sincere kind of brings the same vibe. Like
totally.
He pulled Kayda to explore with her and only said he didn't when she wasn't interested in him. And then he gets all pouty whenever anything gets done back to him. So I'm like,
oh, I am not saying he is a little lamb that is victimized by look. No. But I am saying that she is very much like, she's on top of him, making out with yes. Corbin, then going back, then making out, then going back. Could you imagine if he did something even remotely that way?
If she did it half as bad, like he did it half as bad, she'd be losing her mind. And I love it, and I love her for it. And
me too.
Protect Melanie at all costs. We only really get like a small conversation that they like each other and they're getting along. And then Sincere talks to Aniya like about how yesterday gave him reassurance in Melanie because he was tripping before. He's like, how do I build trust? And Aniya's like, you just keep reassuring and then it builds over time. And that's literally
in a way that shows you're trustworthy.
Exactly. So then we get
thank you, Mustard Con.
They get a text that they're going to have a pajama party, a slumber party. Kayda in confessional's like, I want the boys in boxers only. I want the ladies in lingerie. I want to be sexy. Melanie's like, oh, I want sexy PJs so we can look sexy for our booze. Corbin, once again, oh, well, I wonder if we'll have handcuffs. Producer plant. The boys are all wearing white underwear. They are oiling each other up before the party. The women are all in white lingerie.
There's like a lot of group sex vibes on this season of Temptation Island. Like there just really is. I saw this TikTok of this girl and she was like, is Love Island disgusting? And I was like, I kind of think it is. Like it's very orgy forward this season in a way that in seasons past, I'm not sure that I felt that was the case.
And I've said it before, I'll say it again. We need this sexually progressive show to fight in the face of the rise of conservatism and puritanism.
Totally. But there was especially like today, a very strong group sex vibe. Yeah.
Yes,
absolutely.
100%. Ian Sterling even made a comment of it like looking like a giant orgy.
Yeah.
So they're all there in their pajamas. They're just like dancing and like having a pillow fight and like simulating sex with their couple on the bed. Like they were obviously given instructions to do that for the like filming the montage. I don't think that would just be their normal vibe on a God, that was on a Sunday night.
God bless. You know what? And on the seventh day, the Lord said he shall rest. But that doesn't mean that the Islanders do.
So then Ariana comes in. She's in like a silver and pink dress with feathers at the
amazing.
Bottom. Phenomenal. Much, much better than the outfit she wore yesterday. Yes, I know it was Jean-Paul Gaultier. I don't care. It was ugly.
The snakeskin bodysuit?
But it wasn't even a bodysuit. It was a shirt and pants.
Yeah, it was not cute to me either. I didn't like
that. She looked good because she always looks good, but it was a crazy outfit.
Gorgeous. She is just dropped it gorgeous. Every time I see her, I'm like, you look better and better.
It made me laugh when she came in and Trinity's like, you look amazing. Holy shit. Because I just know Trinity thinks Ariana Madix is elderly.
Totally.
Because she's in her 30s.
Totally. I think she's actually 40.
Yeah, I was going to say, actually, she might be 40. Let me fact check myself. Yeah, she'll be 41 this month. Wow. Just goes to show you that the world doesn't end at or after 30. It actually can just keep getting better and better. But so she gets everyone to sit on the bed, tells them they look sexy, and introduces the challenge that they're going to do today. So the way this is the boys will be like tied to the headboard, right? And the women will be blindfolded. And one at a time, the women will be led to the bed, and then they have to, like, by feel only, try to find their man. And when they think they found their man, they handcuff themselves to any part of that man's body. They will also have a specific color of paint on their hands so that everyone will be able to see after where they were and what they were up to during this challenge. Groundbreaking. Truly, Love Island USA is innovating in ways that I never thought possible.
Literally, after she announced like what the challenge was going to be, my roommate Tony was like, I want to make the challenges on Love Island. Like, what is this? Like, this is like so convoluted and also very messy and exciting. And then I thought literally my like innocent head, I was like, oh, they can just feel everybody's hair and then they know and they can like do it that way. Nope. Full on makeout sessions with everybody.
Yeah, you actually have to be straddling someone to identify them.
Half naked,
half naked in lingerie. Everyone's in their underwear.
Yeah.
Surprised honestly that we didn't actually see like boners during this. I mean, I guess probably if you zoomed in, you probably could. But I wasn't looking because I'm pure and innocent, just a girl.
Totally.
So Trinity goes in straddles KC, kisses him, straddles and kisses Zach, and then Bryce is next. And the minute she knows it's Bryce, she stops and she handcuffs herself to him. She doesn't even go out of her way to kiss everyone else.
She says like out loud, "Oh, do I have to keep going or I can just stop?" Like she knew it was him. And he says in confessional, like, "That felt really good." I was like, sure.
Yeah. And for a second, I was like, oh, does she actually like him? And then I remembered that Trinity said she doesn't like kissing earlier this season.
Yeah,
so she probably didn't want to kiss everyone.
But also, she doesn't, like, I'm sure she said that in response to the fact that these men that she didn't know were grabbing her neck. You know what I mean? Or not by the neck, by the throat. You know, like, I don't think I would like that either.
No. She also is kissing Bryce, who we do know has a very distinct kissing style with his turtle tongue.
They all are tongue forward. I'm like,
it was the same last year. Like last year on season 7, they would all be like,
you know, again,
tongue first.
I'm quoting a lot of TikToks because can you tell I've been like consuming a lot of Love Island content.
So have I been. My screen time is astronomical right now.
But somebody was like, what we are seeing are the kids who have not been in the club because of COVID. So these are kids who have not been in the club, and so they don't know how to kiss. They don't make out in the club. And like, cause literally it feels like they're going in for a kiss and they're going like this. Like in.
Yes.
Full tongue out. It's crazy.
And that's what they did last. Like if you look at any clip of Huda kissing anyone last season, it's tongue first. I guess bring back kissing in the club. Bring back just, I don't know. Like it has to also be like a porn thing because there are people doing this where we know that they were in the club before COVID as well. So I don't know. Next we have Melanie. She is having passionate kisses. She is rubbing hands all over people. She barely kisses Zach though. And when she rubs like on his chest, she's like, not mine. And so I think she noticed his hairlessness or perhaps the stubble and was like, no. She kissed Trinity.
That was fun.
Which good for them. It looked like they were having a good time, and Trinity said in the confessional was 10 out of 10. I was like, oh my God, Trinity's had her first good kiss. Maybe she'll like kissing now.
That's what I'm saying. I think that she does like kissing, just like not with these people who are bad at it.
100%. I agree with you completely. She kisses Sincere, asks if there's more, feels for another person. Corbin is there. She makes out with Corbin. Corbin in confessional is like, I know she felt his bun, and he is the only man with long hair in here. So like she knows that's him. But she went to him after, then goes back to Sincere, makes out with him more, is like on top of Sincere, but making out with Corbin, going back and forth, back and forth. And then she's like, okay, yeah, that one's my guy. And then settles with Sincere.
No, she was being messy. Which go off, Melanie. Please. Continue.
This episode was so slow at the beginning I was like, I need this challenge to be messy. And I think that the challenge was messy enough that it makes up for
Kirsten, literally the girls were looking as though like somebody had died when they saw the two bombshells walk in. Like the girls were so upset.
It was amazing. Then it's Kenzie's turn, and Kenzie's kissing is not shown so linearly because this is when they bring Soul in. So Soul is 24. She's from California. She said she doesn't look like anyone else. She's the sun that stands out, and she's up for a challenge. The boys immediately notice her. Zach is like, her body is incredible. No, she goes up with red paint.
Yeah. No, she's like drop dead gorgeous. She's so beautiful. I mean, everybody on this show is beautiful, but she walked out in that lingerie set, and I was like, oh my God, she is the sun.
Like when they showed the bombshells last night, I was like, oh my God, is this like the hottest batch of 3 bombshells ever on this show? And then I log on to the internet to say people being like, oh, these bombshells are not it. These bombshells are not hot. And I'm like, I'm sorry that you don't have eyes to see. And that is why I don't have Twitter, because I don't see those opinions nearly to the same extent. Insane. so like Soul is going through and kind of like dipping around Kenzie to be kissing the men around her. And like, this is the thing where it's like, obviously Kenzie would have heard that someone else was making out on the bed. I really think it would be impossible not to, but that's okay.
I don't know. You think Kenzie's like picking up on that? She picked up on it when she was like, that's not Kayda about the other girl, and maybe that's why, because she was like, did I hear someone else, And then, yeah. Okay. I'm following now.
Because they're not actually playing music during these challenges. Normally in a situation like this, they would have the girls also have noise canceling headphones on, but they didn't have headphones. So there's no way they didn't hear. And that's okay. Yeah. I'm fine with it. But Kenzie, like, she had a huge kiss with Gabe. They knew what they were doing, putting Gabe at one end and Corbin at the other, because it meant Kenzie was gonna really have a time in this challenge. She does cuff herself to Corbin, and she's kind of like sitting in his lap and laying across him, which is a little different from how everyone else cuffed themselves to their men, which was fun. Then Bea goes. She literally misses Gabe and kisses Casey first, and then goes back to Gabe, but immediately guesses that it's him and then cuffs herself to him. And I think like the smell helped her get me right away. And I'm like, you have done nothing but make out for 5 days. She knows what it's like to make out with you, please.
And then like Kayda went and like, but both Kayda and Aniya, I felt like were not kissing anybody. They were just trying to find their men. Like they were not interested in that. But when Kayda came out was when the other bombshell came out, right?
Yeah, that's when Jen came out. So Jen is 23. She's from Florida. Sorry, I should have updated my visual aid for everybody. She says that she's a tall blonde with green eyes, big boobs, and a big heart, and she is here to take one of the men. Corbin is visually very excited about her. We know Corbin's type, so I'm not surprised by that whatsoever. She is going through doing big kisses with everyone. Sincere in particular was like, I did not want that kiss to stop. Which is the same thing he said about the Kayda kiss and the Boss Bitch challenge, for the record.
Her kisses were much more aggressive, I felt.
Yes.
She was like going in. I felt like Soul was kissing in like a very normal way.
I think
and I felt like Jen was less so.
Soul knows that she is the physical type of the majority of the men in the villa, and Jenna knows she's not. So she had to do her big one with
I see what you mean, because they don't like blondes.
They're not into blondes, and you know what? It's important for people to see that blonde doesn't have to be the like primary attractiveness in this world,
But then about Jen, Bryce knows her.
Yes, and he says that like when they get like officially welcomed in. So after the challenge, like Ariana's like, wow, you all like identified your people. Let's investigate. And they're all talking about like they're going color by color. I didn't see who said it, but someone goes, I feel there's a color here that shouldn't be. Who's red? And
Melanie
then Ariana's
said
like,
that.
It was Melanie. Okay. I couldn't see who it was. And then Ariana's like, oh yeah, welcome in your newest bombshell, Soul and Jen. And they come out and the girls are mad. And Naya's like, they had girls kissing up on my man. Because Casey has a lot of red paint on himself. Bryce says to Trinity, oh, I know the blonde one. I'm assuming from modeling, maybe.
Maybe, but if she's from Florida, like, I have no idea.
She's from California, and so is he.
Oh, I thought you just said she was from Florida.
Oh, did she say? Oh man, did I mix up? She is from Florida. I don't know why I said California. But I could see but he was modeling in New York, so she could have also modeled in New York at the same time.
Sure, just because she's from there doesn't mean that she's living there, I guess.
But, yeah, we don't really know. Ariana asks how they feel, and Casey says, "Oh, I feel blessed." Bea says, "Wrong answer." Casey's like, what? To be with my girl. And Aniya's pissed, you can tell, because it is super disrespectful. Casey's trying to say, like, oh no, it's red because that's all the colors mixed together, as if red is not a primary color. Please be serious.
Is it bad that I just thought he was being kind of silly? And I didn't think it was like that disrespectful. I see people in the comments being like, it was really disrespectful. And you said that it was disrespectful too. I just feel like it was a bad joke that didn't land.
I think that if he had not said that he felt blessed, I think that was the part. Because I think like Aniya was already upset. And then he goes, oh, I feel blessed. And then he's like, to be with my girl. Like just kind of playing it off. I think I think that it could have been jokey in a different circumstance, but based on how upset Aniya was, it's a lot. Like,
sure,
the mixing colors being red, I think, was definitely a joke. But the girls weren't in the place to accept that joke because they were upset.
Sure, I think it's just like, look, yeah, I would agree with you, Brianna, about this. Brianna said
it's like he's not going, like it's not like a cancelable offense. Like it's still fine.
I also think that I'm just like, I love the girls down. Obviously, I said that there's the stars of the show, but like, the way that, and not Aniya, I'm not talking about Aniya, but like the way everybody was acting when Corbin came in, and then the way that they're like, don't you dare say anything about these women. I'm like, all right, everybody, we're on.
It's Love Island.
Yeah. You're right.
I thought it was way more sinister when Gabe was trying to say he only had pink and there was no red on him when he clearly had red paint on him. I thought that was way more sinister. But not in like a bad way. Like not in like, oh, he's evil.
Yeah, I thought they were all being cheeky. All the girls made out with Corbin and didn't tell them. And then when he came in, he was, you know what I mean? Like, it's cheeky in that same way.
It's Love Island. It's not that serious.
Yeah, it was never that serious. Lighten up, ladies.
Oh my God. That's
how I feel. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I in this circumstance, you're right for sure. Mm-hmm. But then Ariana's like, oh yeah, like, sometimes I'm forgetful, but don't worry, ladies. Like, I didn't forget you. Come on in, Caleb. And then Caleb comes in. He's 21. He's from North Carolina. He talks about his Southern charm, and he says, I would rate myself a 9 out of 10 because the one I'm looking for is a girl in the villa.
I have to say, again, with the TikTok, when he was revealed as a bombshell last night, I saw 2 separate TikTok videos that girls made of their friends freaking out because he's like their ex, and Hilarious. They were like, when your friend's evil ex situationship is now a bombshell on Love Island.
And where else should an evil ex situationship be but a bombshell in Love Island?
Literally, Kirsten, I was like, new fear unlocked. Like, it's great. Something I didn't know I needed to be afraid of.
It's, fortunately, Maggie, you're right at the cusp of the age that they would cast on Love Island, so you'll probably be okay. Unless you have much younger exes, and then maybe.
I do not. Don't worry about that. No, it's just so funny.
It is so like, and it happens every summer where we see people like, oh my God, that's him. Like, he did this to me. It happens as well with like Love is Blind, where anytime the cast like leaks for Love is Blind, people be like, that's my ex, and like, he's the worst ever, and I'm gonna tell you why. And it's like, people want clout. Because we have seen before where like someone's ex will be brought in at Casa Amor has happened in the past. And so I do think that, listen, the people that were watching season 5 saw that, and they want to see if they can get in. Called. Listen, imagine you have no link to Love Island, and then your ex goes on, and then you get the chance to also go on. That's fun.
Totally. I also think that, like, so what I was talking about with the girls, it's like Caleb came in, Melanie like was essentially jumping up and down on the bed.
Yes.
And literally, did you hear them be like, Melanie, move out of the way, Kayda can't see?
I think that was Trinity. Trinity being like, hey, sit back so Kayda can see. I love that this is a reoccurring thing, that she is just like so committed that she is
Mhm.
unaware of where everyone else around her is.
But like
at all times.
this is what I'm saying. Like the guys were making jokes and being like, "Oh, there's no red on me, haha," and the girls are like, "How dare you, disrespectful man!" And then Melanie's like jumping up and down on the bed, and we're supposed to be like, "Oh, totally, like that's normal."
To be fair, like Sincere was very upset. You could kind of see the soul leaving his body.
Yeah, it's upsetting.
It is upsetting. And then they have Caleb goes and kisses everybody because it's now his chance to get to know everyone while they're all tied up. He goes straight to Kenzie. He's like, "Hi, Kenzie." Corbin's like, "Oh shit, I've got competition." And this is where, as of right now, Melanie cannot lose me, because when Corbin and Kenzie are making out hard, Melanie is like, "Yes, yes, yes." And then when he goes to kiss her, she is in the kiss and very much into it as well. I also noticed that, and this is where Sincere's like, "Oh, I've been through this already." Like, dude, you are on Love Island. You're going to keep being through this. It's never going to stop at all.
Exactly. And also, like, to be fair, Melanie was jumping up and down on the bed, clearly for Kenzie. She was excited for Kenzie. She immediately started doing like the cowboy symbol.
Yeah.
Like, she was excited for her girl. Definitely. I'm just pointing out, like, you know, the girls being like, "Oh, I've been shot, these two women," and then the man walks in and they're like, "Woo!" Like it's Love Island, everybody. Let's all have a good time. You know?
I got to admit, I love the idea of an island where the girls can have fun and the men can't.
No, look, you know,
but you're right.
Women's rights and wrongs. I'm just pointing it out.
You're correct, and you should say it, and it's fun, and I love it. Caleb went in for big kisses with Trinity and Aniya. He kissed Kayda too, and Kayda liked it. And Zach was pissed. He was like, "You enjoyed that way too fucking much."
He said it with the F word? I didn't hear that.
I wrote down that he said it with the F word, but I could have misheard it. I might have inserted that.
Not loving that, to be honest.
He didn't say it like a mean tone, but I could tell he was really upset. He does not want anyone.
He's like obsessed with her.
Like, he is literally obsessed. Like, nobody break a One Wish Willow, I'm afraid, if anything, if you were to be more obsessed. And then Caleb really went in with Aniya too, and KC also looked really unimpressed. I'm like, bro, you have more red on you than anyone else. You like, totally. let's move on. It's gonna be fine. Gabe looked literally defeated when Caleb kissed Bea, even though Caleb kissed Bea for like 5 seconds. Like, Gabe looked very defeated. I was like, oh, does he actually like Bea?
Well, the thing that was so funny is that the way that Caleb moved off of the bed was really awkward. And I had a moment where I was like, is he going to kiss Gabe? And then Gabe was like, I thought he was going to kiss me. And I was like, totally. I had the same thought.
I wouldn't be mad, but you know,
Caleb is so young. I could have babysat him.
He's literally a baby.
I literally could have babysat him.
Yep. He is possibly, younger than the youngest person I ever babysat.
Yeah.
Or close to it.
Totally.
Yikes. But you know what? Everyone in Love Island is a baby now. I'm an old crone. It's fine. I'm going to enjoy the show for what it is. Everyone's an adult. I'm not trying to date him. Melanie's like, this is Kenzie's type to a T. Kenzie and like Confessional's like, finally, Love Island gods, thank you. Like, this is my man. And Ariana was like, okay, well, the paint may wash off, but this mess is only just beginning. Enjoy getting to know Saul, Jen, and Caleb. I'll see you soon. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And then the episode ends with Corbin going, fucking Love Island. You've been here 2 days. Calm down.
Exactly.
It's too much.
And the preview for tomorrow looked spicy.
Tomorrow looks juicy. We're going to have the first vote of the season. So make sure that you are on your Love Island app registering to vote, because you do need to register.
Those. Wait, also, sorry. One thing that we didn't talk about that I do need to bring up is Kenzie at the beginning of the episode when she was talking to Corbin. She said, I wrote it down because it was so funny. We repeated it like 4 times. She said, what did you play when you were basketball? Because he was like, I played basketball. And she's like, what did you play when you were basketball?
And you know what? What an evergreen question for anyone who ever played basketball. What did you play when you were basketball?
So funny. What did you play when you were basketball?
I was a forward in grade 8 and 9 basketball.
Absolutely. You were?
Sorry?
You were?
I was.
A forward?
Wow. Again, grade 8 and 9.
I never played basketball, so that's more than me.
It was really funny. In grade 7, they had me as a guard, and I was so bad at it. I was so bad at basketball. And then when we moved between grade 7 and 8, and when I tried out for basketball in grade 8, first of all, there was 2 teams, A team, B team. I made the A team.
Yeah, you did.
And
that's why you're the HBIC.
Period. And they were like, oh, yeah, we're going to just move you up. You'll be a forward. And then suddenly I was actually like, not bad. It was crazy. I was just in the wrong position. Anyways, what we do need to do is we got some superlatives.
Okay.
So we have the strongest couple. I've got to say, I still think it's Casey and Aniya. Yes, they've been tested. I still think they're the strongest couple.
Agreed.
Weakest couple. This week, I low-key think it's Melanie and Sincere. Even though they actually like each other romantically, I think that just the way they moved in this episode was like a bit much.
Yeah, Melanie and Sincere, or like Kenzie and Corbin. I think like with this new guy, they're toast.
You're right, Kenzie. You know what? I'm switching my vote. You're correct. It's Kenzie and Corbin. This is why I'm so glad you're here. I do think Kenzie is the winner of the episode.
Yeah.
Because she's getting, her type is finally here. So it has to be.
Yeah.
Loser of the episode, I said Sincere because of what he had to watch with Melody going back and forth over him and Corbin, because that was rough.
I totally agree.
And then for the playlist, I already added the song. I'm adding in Lil Boo Thang by Paul Russell because that song just always brings a smile to my face every time I hear it. And
it's a cute song.
Thought it was great.
The music budget that Love Island has is astounding. Peacock
pays for the rights to all of the good songs, because we also had another Chapel Roan song today, another Sabrina Carpenter song today, and then a bunch of like covers of songs as well. So
it's great.
Paying. But yes, that is it. That is Love Island episode 6. Maggie,
perfect.
Thank you
Our
for
podcast was
me.
Just as long as the episode.
And that's something I'm gonna have to interrogate on my own at a later date. Sorry, everyone.
No, it's me and you yapping.
We're yappers. Maggie, where can the people find you if they want to hear more from you?
Of course, people can find me on TikTok and Instagram at @MLMorgan_. You can find me on Blue Sky just at @MLMorgan. I will be back when Big Brother season is back. I'm so excited to be like getting ready for that. I hope to join Kirsten sometime during the rest of the season, but I have some work stuff going on at the back half of the month, so I may not be here. But I will be watching along. So if you have thoughts, please send them my way. I'll be keeping up with my Love Island. That's for sure.
Oh, love to hear it. Again, thank you so much for joining. You can listen to me on Mess Magnets with Sasha Joseph. You can follow me everywhere at Kirsten Said What. But most importantly, you can go to WeKnowDatingShows.com and subscribe to the new YouTube channel. New subscriptions really do help a lot. If you're not a YouTube person, you can go to WeKnowLoveIsland.com, leave a 5-star rating and review, because that also really helps new people to find the show. I will be back tomorrow night for another Love Island Daily. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye.
This is RHAP. We know reality TV.